Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is the new segment that I have started where I just talk about my trading plans for the next day and also give you an update of what I have done during the day. So with that said, let's get started on tomorrow's plan and what I did today. Welcome back, friends. So today I did exactly what I said I would yesterday. The market started going up. I was watching FNGU, and in the morning itself I decided to buy FNGU, placed an order. I got it at around $37.50 or something like that, and I'm waiting to see what's the final price after commissions and other charges are applied. I bought 50 of them. The intention is to dollar cost average, and they were positive as of close of today, so it's looking good. Now I would like to go back and have a look at the TradingView platform and see what it looks like for tomorrow, and also check some news articles and see if we can find any clues on what's happening. Yesterday we had discussed about some economic calendar. We'll look at the economic calendar again today and see if any of those things that we thought might make an impact did in fact make impact or not. Also check out what's due in the economic data for tomorrow. So that's what we're going to do. Of course, we'll look at the fear and greed index also, as always, and all the indices. So first, I'm going to take you to the TradingView platform. Here we are in the NASDAQ futures on TradingView. Each of these candle is a one-day candle. And this is looking pretty good right now. There is a positive 0.11% bias in NASDAQ futures. I like that. It's not very tiny. It's there. And then if you look at indicators, you got NASDAQ closing 0.51% up, and it's firmly above this line of support. And this is what prompted me to enter. Ideally, I would have liked it to go up, come back, test this, and go up again. But I was impatient after sitting in the sidelines for a long time. Now, let me show you the targets that I'm looking at. The first target I'm looking at is 442.24. So I could wait for this. And if it goes down, I can dollar cost average, but I'm going to dollar cost average only after it bounces back from this green line of support, which happens to be at 406.75. Okay. Now I'm not going to base it just on QQQ, but this test I'm doing for my dollar cost averaging investment in FNGU, because FNGU has got all the Magnificent 7 which were driving QQQ, and they still have a huge impact on QQQ because of their size. So it is equivalent to FNGU bouncing off this green line of support and going back up again. So if it bounces back from here and goes up, I'm putting more money. Otherwise, I'm staying put with 50 shares that I have right now. And once it reaches a sufficient amount of profit and the risk reward seems to change in prospects, then I will sell it. It can go all the way up to 499 where it has been in the past. It just needs some catalyst, and the Magnificent 7 have got a good catalyst, because if you were to look at the constituents of FNGU, here are the top 10 holdings of FNGU. So the first one is Meta, 12.53%, Tesla, 11.71%. Tesla has a long way to go up, and it could go up, and that can push up FNGU. It has got AMD, it has got Netflix. AMD is in the AI area, so that's again a big deal. It has got Netflix, it has got Apple, it's got Amazon, it has got Snowflake, Microsoft, and Alphabet Class A shares. So all of these are really solid companies. Alphabet is in cloud as well as AI. Microsoft is in cloud as well as AI. Amazon is in cloud and is going to make an AI play. Apple Inc. is widely speculated to get into AI. And then you have got AMD and NVIDIA, both are in AI. They are the chip companies, and Meta is also into cloud, and AI. So this is the play for the future. And regardless of whether the economy goes down in the next year, I think these guys are going to be working for the future of the market. So this is going to be pretty good, and their growth is going to be high. NVIDIA also is pretty good. And I think I'm very, very confident that this set is going to do very well. But I'm going to be watching the QQQ very, very carefully, because QQQ can pull a surprise on us. If everything goes well and we continue going up, then first target is 442 and the second target is 493.22. That's well possible. Nvidia alone can drive that. Tesla can also provide support in that rally. If you were to look at VIX, VIX was up today, but it's closed below yesterday's, and therefore we have a negative 0.40. So it was momentarily up and then came back down again. S&P 500 was up 0.61%. Again, it's converted a resistance into a support earlier, and now it's trying to tackle the resistance at 476.22. If it manages to cross that, then I have a target for it, which is a cup and handle target of 531.58, which has formed over a long period of time. So it's going to be a really strong cup and handle if it gets executed. Dow Jones is also doing pretty well with a gain of 0.68. US dollar index has dropped much from where it was before, but today it showed a bit of life. And we have US oil, which has shown a little bit of a drop here after going up in the morning. Today during the trading hours it went up, and there is some impetus for it from the economic data, because of which we are seeing a little bit of drop out here. I'll explain that when we look at the economic data. Put call ratio has become, at this point of time, it is bullish because it's well below 1. And now I want to go and have a look at our main movers. And if you look at the main movers, we got Amazon, which dropped 0.18%, but still the chart is looking strong. And if you look at Microsoft, it was up 0.18%. It's looking strong. And CRM and Apple was up 0.54%. And I have put this diagonal line of support, and I believe that it's going to stay above this. And then if we look at Google, it was up 0.60%. And then we have Meta, which was up 1.67%. It's all amazing. And let us look at the other constituents also, which were there in FNGU. One is AMD, which was up 0.90%. The other was NVIDIA, which was down 0.94%. So that's how all the chips fell where they did. And if I was to look at FNGU itself, FNGU is on a upward movement. It has got 1, 2, 3 candles. It's got a support from this line of support at 212.90. It's also got support from the 9-day exponential moving average and all the moving averages below it. And it has a long way that it can go up. It has been all the way up to around 499.90. So I'm really stoked about this FNGO. I think I'm going to make some good money out there. And now let's go on to genomics and look at what we have in genomics. Invitae was up 14.2%. And if you look at the news items, there is nothing as such in this news out here, so it could be purely sentiment. I'll have to check it out and see what it was all about. Then we have DNA. DNA has got some government projects. If I just put you some headlines here, this is what is making the rounds today. Ginkgo Bioworks says Ginkgo-led teams gets US Department of Energy funding, discloses other projects and shares rise. So they said under the project, the team, which includes partner from Pacific Northwest National Laboratory, Colorado School of Miles, and Global Algae Innovations, will try to develop a new approach for algal crop protection based on the integrated pest management systems used for terrestrial crops. Separately, Ginkgo said its Switzerland-based unit FGen has been awarded funding for European Innovation Council's Pathfinder Challenge program. The company is a part of international research group that is trying to develop a sustainable approach to milk protein production using carbon dioxide and electricity. The consortium led by Finland's Solar Foods was selected for a 5.5 million euro 4-year project. And Ginkgo also said that the plant's biotech firm Green Lab is launching a partnership with the company. Green Lab is developing a product to degrade PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, and will work with Ginkgo Enzyme Services to discover a new enzyme for use in this project. So shares of Ginkgo were raising 6.7% in recent trading on Tuesday. Definitely this PFAS neutralizing is going to be a big business if they succeed. And there will be a lot of government grants and subsidies once it succeeds, because that will be deployed everywhere. So DNA is doing good and the chart is looking very strong. I'm happy about DNA. It has converted a whole bunch of resistances into supports. At 1.64 also it has got a support right now, and the latest one is at 1.75. That's also being converted into a support. The next resistance is going to be at 1.82. If it manages to overcome the 200-day exponential moving average, friends, if it does that, it's on a bullish track. Right now, it's already on a bullish track, but crossing 200-day exponential moving average is going to be fantastic. More room in the RSI. MACD is also good. Happy about DNA. And then we have Beam, which has gained 7.50. We have PACV, which has gained 10.50. CRISPR Therapeutics, which has gained 8.80. But friends, tomorrow I'm expecting a little bit of a drop for CRISPR Therapeutics, because we have the news that the chief medical officer is resigning, and that kind of news definitely does make a little bit of impact on the market. It says the resignation not the result of any disagreement with the company. That's what CRISPR said in a filing. And I think this news came out on December 19th at 17.16 EST. So I think it will have an impact on tomorrow's trading, and I'll be watching it carefully. But we have a support at 66.36. Will that hold? We'll see. Next, we look at Bionano Genomics, which has gone up 6.58%. We have Allogene, which has gone up 2.7%. Illumina, which is up 8.0%. And of course, friends, I have made a video on Illumina, which I published earlier. It's all responding to the fact that Grail is going to be disposed. So Illumina is looking pretty good to me. It's on a bull track. I have got this diagonal line of support and multiple exponential moving averages supporting it. So that's the story out there. And ARCG also has done very well and gone up 6.79%. And we have Intelia up 5.5%, Editas up 4.9%. And we got Verve up 5.72%, Prime up 6.73%, Caribou up 2.92%, IMTX is down -2.0%, Vertex is down marginally 0.37%, Bluebird is down almost 20%. And friends, we had anticipated that Bluebird will go down. I had mentioned in my earlier video that their equity dilution is going to push everything down, and that's why I bailed out of Blue. I'm happy I did. If I had stayed, I would have lost even more. But it will eventually pick up because now they have the money. And the big catalyst for them would be if they succeed in their appeal for the priority review voucher, they are going to go gangbusters. It will just jump back up and it will probably surpass the previous high of 5.10. But it's a big if. We'll have to watch that news very, very carefully. Well, friends, now we have to look at the fear and greed index and the economic news that came in and what's going to come up tomorrow. What's the impact? That's what we have to see next. First, let's look at the fear and greed index, and it's at around 80. Extreme greed. Extreme greed means you have to be very careful, but unfortunately, I was tempted. I bought the FNGU, as I said. So we have to be careful, but sometimes we have to give in to temptations as well. This is the economic data release, and for today, none of the things that happened seem to have made much of a dent, but we have API crude oil stock change. So it was supposed to go down by minus 2.233 million, whereas it went up by 0.939 million. And you can see that in the US oil as a little bit of a red blip out here. So this is likely to expand or go back to normal depending on what happens tomorrow, because we're going to get a whole lot of crude oil stock change, fuel production change, everything, all oil related stuff is coming out tomorrow. So this could probably make a change to the oil price, and consumer confidence is also going to have an impact. So we'll have to see how it goes. Around 10:30 p.m. is when this slew of data is going to come up. And as far as today's data is concerned, nobody spoke about anything except for the minor impact I have seen in US oil. I don't think there was no negative catalyst in here, fortunately for us. So with that, my friends, I think I'd like to bring this video to an end, and I'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.